Hello there, Internet. It is, in fact, your boy, it is Blackheart, back at it once again. And tonight we play Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader until it is done. Let me turn off this starting screen. Hello there. So here is the deal. I do not know how long of the game is left. It might just be this next room, in which case I'll be really pissed off. If it is just the next room, I will have something else I have planned in my back pocket. But we are going to play this game until it is done. Let us continue on. Last time we found Necrons and we defeated them. And it appears that the creature upon which the machine spirit eater that was Ektos, I believe it was, created by the Haneman hive mind, might have been taken by Kalkazar to use against Necrons. I genuinely do not know how much of the game is left. I have made a point of not looking at anything purposefully because I didn't want to spoil myself. I wanted to enjoy my time with this game, and I have. So let's find out what's next. Oh, that is so not good. Fuck! That is so not good. That is a fucking... That holds a Catan. I know what that is. Shit. You didn't just anything, Kalkazar. You didn't just find Necrons. Oh, fuck. These are all me's. What am I doing here? Reality bubbles before you and bursts with agonizing shriek. A few silhouettes now stand in your way. 3 of them seem to have your face. And yet, the differences are striking. Each has been marked by other accomplishments and different experiences, making you feel like the protagonist of a tale about a pair of twins separated at birth. Emperor, bestow strength upon me to smite yet another obstacle as I carry out your will. My master changer of ways, is this to your making? No, I cannot feel it is not. You are not playing tricks on me, are you? Sending me prey for a great sacrifice. Is there some ironic reason in lesson what's going on? Should I be glorious in the mirror or a little less? Or perhaps I should try to look at myself from the outside. Or is this a hint that I am my own worst enemy? I shall ponder this in my memoir. I'll address the pious one. Your faith seems to be stronger than that of us all combined. I remember in whose name the sacred wand was granted. I remember by whose hand I am ordained to exist. I believe, and my faith is a bright light driving back the darkness. But your faith is cold embers. When I look at you, I feel ashamed of myself. Where did such piety come from? It filled me on the day that Sister Argenta and I executed Theodora for heresy. I saw all her wickedness and depravity and felt unclean, stained by her blood. So I swore to redeem the name of the dynasty. Did you come here to help Kalkazar? The future is not known to me. The Lord Inquisitor did not give me the full details of the Operation Precious Sentinel, but he mentioned its importance to the entire Imperium. I have come to lend him my aid, or to stop him if his plans go against the will of the God Emperor. Your doppelganger vigorously chops at the air with her hand, and you notice some stiffness in her movement, as well as a subtle grimace of pain. As you look closer, you realize that lurking underneath your replica's clothes are the chains of penance with jagged hooks digging into her flesh. Those instruments of humility are only worn by the most fervent believers. Cassia covers her eyes with her hand, shaking her head softly. The heat of your hues is blinding, Lord Captain. Scarlet and gold shroud your very essence in an overpowering radiance. But deep inside, I see palpitating smudge of sable blue, which you have banished, which you loathe, and which ruins the perfection of the image. Are you afraid of a misstep? Of loneliness? Of the Emperor turning away from you? Do not lay your cursed eye upon me! The copy's roar is deafening loud. How did you even survive the cleansing of Urac 5, monster of House Orselio? Bellic and I crushed your mad followers and purged the Navigator House of corruption. Did your heretical powers enthrall my copy's weak spirit in this reality? How ignoble! How disgraceful! Such strong faith commands respect. I am ready to acknowledge your repentance and dispense justice. So one of my versions chose to serve the arch-enemy. I do not serve. I reign. You grovel, but I dominate and rise even higher. You notice that your replica is sporting elaborate makeup under a layer of powder. The doppelganger's face looks strange, its skin covered in wrinkles. Somehow they remind you of closed eyelids. Idira opens up her mouth and you see the blackness between her teeth in place of her tongue. 100 otherworldly warp voices speak with her voice. The master requests a sacrifice. A living sacrifice. Toss them into the warp. Their paths will be unraveled and woven into yours. I wonder at what point your soul was tainted by heresy. It happened on the day that Conrad Voigtvier wounded me with a cursed blade. From then on, I started hearing voices. Fortunately, my companion Idira taught me how to avoid going insane, and I began to listen to and heed their wisdom. They revealed their secrets to me, and I whispered the dark rituals. I raided the Von Valencia's crypt, made a dark offering of Theodora's skull, and enslaved her spirit. I learned all of her dirty little secrets. All of her lies. I saw the full picture and realized that only the strongest survive in the expanse, and any strength is good enough to survive. Have you achieved much in your profane path? Oh, I have. My empire is no paltry protectorate. It stretches across Winterscale's domain and across the worlds of Corda. With my brother Conrad as regent, together we rule many planets. I deceived Uralon the Fool. I banished him from the expanse after subverting his cult. I taught the brazen Drukhari a lesson by sending the Osirian navigators into Comera to cause the most powerful disjunction in history. On Quetzaltemera, I struck down the furious Caligos, a rival for the favour of the dark gods, and used his blood to make a pact with the Edge of Daybreak, my illustrious teacher. House Orselio would never swear allegiance to someone like you. We follow his light, and you are chaos, twisted incarnate. Now I see that Asian has blessed my path, for in reality, I met a human with powerful and radiant soul unyielding to corruption. I remember you, little Xenos. I remember you and your kin begging for mercy as I sent you off one after another to feast of the Lord of Pleasure. There's something hilarious about the way you're reveling in your villainy. You won't believe how little I care about how you think. And you seem to think you're better than the rest of us, don't you? And yet I was the only one clever enough to become the mistress of my own fate and not be reduced by someone else's plaything to a slave to dogma. I wonder how you acquired such an ego. A lack of pointless advice, I presume. On the day Conrad killed Theodora, all of our officers died with her, including Mort, Abelard, Idira, Ravor, and Victus. When I came to my inheritance, there was no one to teach me how to be a rogue trader. I handled everything on myself and found out who Theodora von Valencius really was. A narcissistic, unscrupulous, self-serving bitch who lied to everyone. I admit I regretted not giving the chance to know everyone better. I embraced her principles and realized that literally everyone in the Coronas Expanse was out to take advantage of me. The Drusians, the Pirates, the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Caspalica, Calcazar and Ulon. And so the puppet pulled the strings and made the dancers dance, and dare say I think things turned out well for me. I would ask your ladyship to watch your language as you speak of her ladyship Theodora. I do not know how it is in your reality, but in ours, customary to mind one's manners. Shut up, servant. In reality, our reality, it's customary for lackeys not to interfere in the affairs of their betters. Just phony, my sworn friend, and the most overbearing shrew of all the expanse. Of course you're here. The copy nods meaningfully to Cassia. Nice to see you in the thick of things as usual. The mention of the Novator of the House of Cassia makes... What? I think you mistake me for someone else. Indeed, in this rancid reality, you are some kind of pathetic parody of yourself. You are a parody of what a rogue trader is supposed to be, quite the epitome of hubris, greed, and brazenness. This is what being a rogue trader is all about. You simply lack the imagination to grasp it. I'm going to look where the doppelgangers came from. The blatant abuse of fabric of existence is causing motes of reality to flare up. You see mirages of the Cronus expanse in their glow, altered past recognition by the decisions you have made, or could have made in some other world. The situation has become rather complicated. How are we going to resolve it? We shall fight! I sense your soul's greedy interest in what is hidden in this crypt, and I will not let you take possession of this blasphemous thing. But I see that we are outnumbered compared to you, doppelganger. I think it'd be wise to join forces, topple you first, and resolve the conflict between those who have survived. I concur. We will finish off the one with the biggest retinue first, and then decide who is worthy of the prize. However, I already know who is going to be. This version of reality has no need of you. Farewell, the ones that were never meant to be. Killing yourself is a peculiar form of martyrdom. Martyrdom in the name of profit.
Anathema observed. Commencing purgation protocol.
Your demise is already calculated.
I can only say we stand for the Von Valencia's name. We stand against the darkness that lives on the edge of reality. We are the rogue trader of House Von Valencius, and we're gonna fuck your shit all of the way up. That is the fact. I do not care from whence you came. You shall only go back to the void from which you came. Let's fucking go. Oh. On your own. Not on your own. Idira the what? Idira the Insidious. Argenta the Scourge and Righteous Reflection.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Pain cleanses the body.
Okay.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Argenta, kindly dispatch something.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. But you, my Emperor!
My protections have failed me.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act.
You. Abelard, you get free charge. Who's next? Oh, it's a deer that's next.
Cover me!
Reading damage to Volk.
Okay, then it's my curse reflection and my righteous reflection.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Sworn enemy. Oh, she's in Vanguard.
A temporary setback. That had better be ineptitude, not malice.
You've got a heavy bolter. Oh, I think not. Okay, who's the next to die?
If I must. ancestors guide me.
200 motherfucking damage.
If it serves your cause.
117 damage.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
I mean, you are, but like, okay, buddy.
If it serves your cause. I understand your intent. I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Now it's time for that glorious
Don't
one.
let your guard down.
Lamau, get fucked. Cursed Reflection. Okay.
Forge ahead.
Blast you with
Nothing
plasma
I
fire.
A mere pain won't stop me.
Another clean strike. Not a problem. There's nowhere to hide.
Can't catch my breath.
No, there's nobody I want to choose that with. Oh, and we'll just kick you as well.
Nothing I can't do.
33 damage!
Didn't stand a chance.
What the fuck? Okay. You're done. Let me do a dash.
My time is now.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me.
Another clean strike. All too easy.
Holy shitballs. I want Argenta to kill Adira because she did it before and I think it's funny.
Power resides in the will of the righteous. I'll do it.
You did it before. You'll do it again.
I will not.
Still standing.
Faith without deed.
Barely.
Well, I'm gonna nick all your shit. What the hell is that? Hell yeah, I'm gonna take that. What the fuck? Lightning arc, heroic push. We need to level everyone up as well. Argenta the Scourge. Hey yo, yeah, we're gonna give that to Argenta. The Roritas Power Armor. She's already got that, if I'm not mistaken. Aha! An extra's long. Oh my god, that's so fucking cool. Right, okay. Right, we're gonna have to check what weapons we can have. Because I'm not gonna lie, oh, no, mine does more damage more consistently, but that is a very nice pistol. I could give that to Abelard. Necron Tech Hotshot Lasgun. That's kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I had the Astartes with me, but there you go. Okay, so is this better than what you have? No. Okay. You don't get weapons. You don't get weapons. They Shall Weep versus... Where was it? Brain, please function. Where was the bolter? Unfading Valor. No, where was it? No, Imperial Pride. No, They Shall Weep is better. Oh, fuck that. And we've got that for two-handed for a reason. Okay. Is this better than what she has? Can't be equipped. Aiden. Abelard, my boy. My lad. My absolute dude. Have yourself an anti-vehicle pistol. Not really much else there that's worth it, to be honest. Yeah, not a huge amount that's worth it. Raven's Bane, Rise Baton Chainsword. Did I not see one of my doppels had some kind of life-draining sword? Demon World Origin. Chaos Enforcer Carapace. Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that was even a thing. Hang on. It is exactly the same stats. Except, after each critical hit or kill, and it grants the enemy a 5% critical chance. Um, after using a heroic act, the wearer immediately uses Warhammer Furious Recital regardless of the cooldown. Nah, I think I'm good with what I've got, actually. I'm going to say, it's looking a lot like I shouldn't change anything. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Duelist uniform. That would be amazing on Jai if I was running her, but I'm not at the moment. Monopoly of the Assassin. Wait, each round the wearer's dodge is increased by 10% until the end of combat. This effect resets after any attack made on the wearer. And 50% dodge against ranged attack. That might actually be useful if she can take it. Right, well, we should probably level up everyone anyway. We're nearly max level. The soldier immediately spends all their AP and MP, but gains 30% bonus cover efficiency. The next time they use a gun, they gain back all the AP and MP spent, plus one additional AP. It also resets cooldown. That's not bad, actually. I think I will take that. Entrenched sounds pretty good. Weapon skill. Okay, so this is another gain a thing level. Precise attack. From the next attack against target. Tactical knowledge. Remove an exploit from an enemy with a 5-cell operative. And the operative removes one exploit from each enemy in a 5-cell radius around a point which is within 10 cells of the operative. If there's only one enemy area, the operative removes all exploit stats from the enemy. Allies gain 2 times exploits remove percent armor until in combat, or 4 more of the. The next attack against the target affected by an exploit, the target's cover efficiency will be reduced by 5 plus perception bonus times the stacks of exploit. This attack will have extra hit chance. No, you know what? I think Snare do. Nah. These aren't very great options, I feel. Your ballistic skill is capped, Lamau. Let's increase your toughness so I can undo all the damage I did in Comra. Okay, Air of Authority. Officers increases allies resolve by 2 plus the officer's roll by 3. Officer resolve here is 14. Closest would be to do it to 12. That would be 4, so that would be 6 resolve. If the target is under the effect of voice command, they will start their turn with additional action point. Break their ranks. The ability can only target enemies who have enemies adjacent to them. Until the start of the officer's next melee turn, all melee attacks made by the target, the additional damage is equal to, it would deal additional 7 damage, multiplied by the number of enemies adjacent to them. If the target is under the effect of voice command, they immediately make an attack opportunity against the target. Take aim. Target's next attack will ignore cover and have double effective distance. Yeah, that could be good. Officer, no, I think take aim could be good. Alternatively, not your purpose. Navigator designates a square. The enemy close to that square immediately. Nope. Reveal the light. Not bury the light. Target gains the navigator's willpower bonus. Willpower is at 110, so that'd be 11. So 44 to their willpower and toughness until the end of combat. Scourge of the Red Tide creates a 3x3 zone. Each creature in it enters or begins their turn in the area suffers from 1 plus navigator's willpower bonus 11. So that's 12 to 2 times, so that's 11 times 2 is 22, 26 damage. The zone remains for 3 rounds until navigator creates it again. That's not as good as it sounds. Vigil beyond time. The first use of the ability on a target marks the target. The enemy must pass the willpower saving. No, Waking Nightmare. All enemies within the area suffer a penalty to their willpower and toughness. So fear, lit stratagem. These are stratagems. Nah, you know what? Like, reveal the light actually sounds quite useful as a buff, but I'm gonna say take aim is quite good, and move is quite good. I'm gonna take aim. Let's increase your willpower. Boom. Argenta, baby girl, what we getting you? You don't really rapid fire. That's not a thing you do anymore, but we will give you entrench. Because you get so many extra fucking moves, it doesn't matter. Let's increase your weapon skill, I guess. Strength is at 70. Yeah, let's increase your weapon skill. That's your melee weapon skill. Until the next one. Your intelligence is 5, so that'd be an extra 5 damage. The operator's next known area of attack inflicts the intimidated effect on the first target hit by the attack and all enemies. Damage dealt by intimidated enemies is reduced until the operator's next turn. Dance macabre. No. Killing edge. Melee. Melee. Fuck off. She's a ranged shooter. Intimidation. Or joint analysis. Let's go joint analysis. That's a debuff. Your ballistic skill is capped. We can give you more toughness, I think, or agility. What does agility cover again? Dodge initiative. Yeah, let's give you some agility. Abelard, my good man. Forceful strike. Warrior gathers on the melee strike. Pushes the enemy away. Nah, that's not good. Reckless strike. Every enemy who's about to attack will get attacked the warrior in return, including future. Fuck that. Follow my lead. Until the start of the next turn, Vanguard gains damage and armor penetration against enemies earned to the Vanguard. Additionally, when the ability to use all allies within a 2-cell radius gain the following ability, which can move to any cell adjacent to the Vanguard without provoking attack opportunity. Or Force Distraction. Choose an ally. Enemies within 3 cells of that ally must make a willpower saving throw, a willpower test with a 5 times your fellowship. Fellowship is 4, so with a no, not that one. Force distraction. So that would be a 20 bonus penalty on a failed test. They become their priority target, regardless of the willpower resistant test. The chosen ally does not provoke attacks of opportunity from those enemies and can shoot enemies in melee range as if not within range attacks of opportunity. That is very useful. We can't buff your melee skill anymore, so let's just buff your strength. No, actually, let's buff your. Yeah, strength is 100 level. Let's buff your toughness. Yeah. Boom. There we go. Hello there.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Aha, that thing. Unyielding beacon stacks. Yeah, okay, what's that? Info. Each stack against the Vanguard grants them +1 stack of Unyielding Beacon. Each stack increases the result by 1 up to a max of +15. All allies. Is this for me? You know what? Let's go for that. What is this? I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is. No, that's perfectly fine. You know what? Ooh, that's quite good. I don't really run Reckless Rush very much, but... Oh, I'm already running it. Oh, no. No, that's way too good. I can't ditch either of those. Okay. What is this over here? Ah, that's probably going to be it here. Holy shit. Yep, okay. What was the other thing I collected? Everywhere a single attack gains 10% damage for each negative effect to the target. Argenta! Baby girl! You can get that because you do single attacks all the time and it does way too much damage. I have had plasma weapons this entire time,
It's
so...
about time.
Oh, shut up. So it does seem likely. Oh my goodness. There is just like so much shit going on in this map. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Never doubt me. Follow my lead.
Bury the light deep within. Cast a shadow, there's no turning back. We're breathing chaos in the wind.
I won't tolerate weakness.
And this map is all over the fucking shop.
Duty prevails. Enjoy your luck while you still draw breath. Need a little morale boost?
I must. Thank you.
Thank you. Now where were we? Back into the fray.
Me. Just rush the heavy bolter turret. Just
None shall
ignore the
stand
wounds
in
that you
my
will
way.
inevitably take. Okay. This is seriously not fucking good. So I will point this out. Do you want to know how catastrophically bad this is? This thing holds a Catan. A shard of a god creature. The Catan ate the old ones, the creators of the Eldar. The Catan are the gods of the real. They fed on the energy of dying suns, and they tricked the Necron tier into becoming the Necrons, removing their flesh. Yeah, Rebel. We're fucking around with a god. I have a really bad feeling this is going to be the Void Dragon as well. There are different different Catan gods.
Victory awaits.
The Void Dragon is specifically to do with technology. That's like its thing. And the reason that I think that's
A new
possible
challenge for
is
you.
because we know that Kalkasar saved Ektos, which is a creation of the Haneman, the Haneman multi-mind,
Follow my lead.
like the collective. We know that's what they were up to, and they were coming out on whether or not it was like... I see you do not hear my warnings, Isla, but your decision to come here in spite of them may have consequences. But we still have a chance to turn it to everyone's advantage if your ladyship listens to me very carefully. With all due respect to you, Lord Quisitor, I should ask that you refrain from any further threats towards the Blessed Rogue Trader, lest you face repercussions from me. How courteous of you to warn me, Master Viserion. I will remember your words. The line you're treading is a dangerous one, Kalkasar. Stop this madness. You are the one who is attempting something mad and dangerous by acting with insolence towards me. By the Emperor, Isla, I am in no mood to squabble with a rogue trader, not even with your recently installed leadership. Ah, there we go. Hang on. My wrist's been cracked. Is that what you're here for? Is that it? What? No, I know what it is. Seeing as the inhabitants of this place almost killed you, I gather something went wrong with this plan of yours. Not at all. Operation Precious Sentinel is in its final stages. The increase in Xeno activity is a vexing yet trivial development in the grand scheme of things. They were only supposed to guard the device, but they slipped through the intrusion, and only the Catan Shard's emanation could make them stir. Theodora's research destabilized the Shard's prison, and my project only made it worse. When the particles of the Catan Shard energy seep out, many curious phenomena occur. Disruption of the crypt, the warped reality. When I tame the monster, I will order it to stop disrupting the laws of the universe. I don't know why, but I want this guy to be voiced by Matthew Berry if there was ever a voice actor. No. And that brings us to the most interesting part of our conversation. You know my plan, so now I want to know yours. Will you admit that I am right and join me in this undeniably ambitious act, Or you try to stop me, and I will be upfront with you. If it is the latter, I will be forced to remove you. I am sure you realize that already. That's the second time you've threatened the Lord Captain. Listen to yourself. What you're planning is heresy. Enough! No, there will only be heresy if I lose. If I prevail, it will be a triumphant feat in the name of saving humanity from the horrors of this universe. And I will not lose. I will not let you bring this insane plan to fruition. The Inquisitor knows calmly. There's not a shred of hatred or disappointment in his face. Well then, I am glad to have made your acquaintance, Isla, despite everything. Eliminate the rogue trader.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
Show them no mercy.
Oh, he's got a deep voice. That kind of sucks. Alright, I need to move me. Because I'm killing that Inquisitor. You want to be in cover? How many enemies do I have to fight? 13 enemies. Abelard, you better get to Chainsword and Sunshine. Can I level up? Oh no, I can't just now. Okay. Cassie, can you do me a favor? Power me up.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Not a problem. Watch and learn. I'll pass. Suits my purposes.
Sparta!
Nothing I can't do.
Right. Where's the most amount of enemies? Actually, fuck it. We ball.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. As duty demands. If only that were possible. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I'd rather not. That's not the Seneschal's job. It will be done. Someone else can do this.
There we go. Cassie, if you could, oh boy. There's a lot of dudes here. Why am I falling over? What the fuck?
You'll regret this.
Oh, I don't like that damage you're dealing to me. Right. Now hear me out.
No weakness is hidden from my sight. Fortune favors the swift.
Hang on, let's just do some exploits here.
If I must. I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
You kinda are. You keep saying that you're not, and you kinda are.
If it serves your cause.
I think somewhere I can hide here. It's not that she can't fight, it's just a case of it might be a good idea to get her into cover. I've made her the lowest priority target, so that should be fine.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey. This tedium is beneath me.
Out of my way.
I've suffered it.
Hey! Hey, 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 hey! There we go.
Will made manifest.
Boom.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
I'll do it.
Oh my god, her shots are very explosive.
I was chosen. As the Emperor commands, each strike is a prayer.
Jesus Christ.
I'll do it. Eradicate it.
Oh, and they shall know no fear, save for the fear of Argenta with a bolter. I love it.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Faith without deeds is worthless. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She literally just said fuck work and just walked around and shot a whole bunch of people. God damn. The Adeptus Sororitas are
As
fucking
the Emperor
badass.
commands, I act.
That dude had so much health.
Doubt is for the weak.
Okay.
Activating force mode sacrament.
Just delete that man. Delete that man.
Vulnerability analysis successful.
Kaboom.
Messiah knows all. Comprehend. I venerate you, machine spirit.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Request denied.
Nothing of value has been lost. You didn't stand a chance.
Avalon! Bring me that Inquisitor's balls.
Follow my lead.
Sworn enemy, I think? Yeah, sworn enemy.
At your beck and call.
You said nasty things about my friend.
I'll
Hiya!
do my duty.
Oh, shit, he's got actual parry skills. Okay.
Indeed. Victory is imminent. An exemplary strike.
He has over 600 health. What the fuck?
We'll rule the stars themselves. It will be done. At your beck
I
and
just
call.
wish I had a good enough chainsword for you.
Rare, Sure hand. It will be done. I will do my duty.
Nah.
It will
Just
be
hit
done.
him again.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Enjoy your luck while you still draw breath.
Do not dare ask. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Avalar, just keep hitting him right in the dick.
An exemplary strike.
Parry, parry. I sure I'd do this for Bance.
Victory is imminent. It will be done. I'm not interested.
Right, in that case then... Oh, there's no one you can target, really? There's only 3 guys left, and one of them's the Inquisitor, so I think I can safely move her out of the way. And, I don't know. Kaboom.
I'm afraid not.
Target well struck.
Are you swearing enemy of a sister of battle?
I'm enraged.
I am confused. Painting attack. Okay.
I move as if unseen. Pay with your blood in the name of Kaela Mensha Kane!
Okay.
If I must. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Kinda are though. Shut up.
If it serves your cause.
Christ.
I understand your intent.
No. It is too early. The yoke must be activated, or all is lost.
I think that's what he was supposed to do, but because I killed him in one round, it wasn't much of a problem. Nomos, an invisible yet clearly tangible aura of power envelops the figure clad in the robes of a tech fleece. It is all the more baffling to hear a youthfully excited voice from under the hood. This is it, the place of our origin. Nomos' gaze is straight upon the Catan shard. It was your strike and your wish to escape your prison that begot us. The mysterious creature that has been in your ship's soul for so long turns to face you. But it is you, Isla, who truly ushered us into the world. So let us meet our abominable precursor together, for it is ready to break free. Greetings, Nomos. We are out of time. Now. It escapes now. Oh shit, it's the Void Dragon. Shit. It's the Void Dragon. It's the Void Dragon. It's the Void Dragon. Ah, no. It is the Void Dragon. You were gonna put Ektos on this, you piece of shit, weren't you? Oh, that's not good.
Die, inhuman scum!
Letting rules of cosmic terror creep forward.
Fuck. I don't even get a chance to level. I go from Inquisitor fight to this bullshit. It's the Void Dragon. Now, if you don't know who the Void Dragon is, let me tell you about the Void Dragon. The Void Dragon is the master of machines and manipulator of that kind of ilk is terrifying. To say that this is a bad fucking thing is to be a little bit of an understatement. Let's hide. First and foremost, mark you to burn with warp fire. Second, let's give ourselves...
If I may,
I will engage this fucker in melee combat.
Suits my purposes. Another clean strike.
This thing has over 5,464 health. Oh, man. How can I make you burn harder?
me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
Prominence cannot damage a star.
Nomos is buffing people. Hey, fuck yeah.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Please tell me this is marked as a target. What?
I will not.
Target's already under the effect of the condition. Oh, okay, that's fine.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Fuck it, we ball.
This is why I was chosen. I'll do it.
Making clones of Isla and Pascal. Ah! Not good.
This tedium is beneath. Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Is a tapestry of
I move swiftly to strike. If I must.
I am not dealing with that bullshit.
Fall, creatures! Fortune favors the swift. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. I understand your intent.
That'll probably be there. Pascal? You do not appear to be in the place that I thought you should be. Claim the bounty. Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
The scriptural prognosis is organ function successfully terminated. The order is contrary to dogmatic protocol. Let the cycle be discontinued.
Analyze enemies.
Quest approved.
Does that project flesh? No. Right, that'll definitely help. I'm good. Oh, that's not good. Sworn enemy first and foremost.
I will do my duty.
And make
It will
yourselves
be done.
tankier.
Victory is imminent. It's gray hair, sure hand.
Excellent. Well, that's fucking good. Right.
I will do my duty.
Okay.
At your beck and call. An exemplary strike.
What's this one? Forced distraction.
Someone else can do this. I'd rather not.
Okay, that's me up. Okay.
Already done. There's nowhere to hide. All too another clean strike.
I don't know why, but me just going, kicking it this fucking Catan shard is ridiculous.
Not a problem for me. Nothing I can't do.
A prominence cannot damage a star.
You want to fucking bet, Sunshine?
That is foolishness. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Gray hair, sure hand. I'm not interested.
Okay, fine, be that way.
Victory is imminent.
No, hang on. Just in my sight.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
An exemplary strike.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Power resides in the will of the righteous. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Doubt is for the weak. Faith without deeds is worthless.
I don't like the word take the victim's
I'll
place.
do it. Each strike is a prayer.
You'll regret this.
Oh fuck, didn't even need to worry about it.
have suffered the singularity of annihilation.
Falling back into its Pokeball of Doom. The ancient monster struggles against the energy manacles of the yoke. Its impossible powers that make reality itself burst at the seams are now being forced into a compact dungeon. Quark by quark, returning it to a cruel and painful non-existence in the moment. It could struggle harder, but something is hindering it. You are the cause of these hindrances. Not only does the Catan Shard focus to you, But the battle was nothing more than a reflective resistance of an alien mind absorbed in a completely different range of thoughts and responses. But now, it is thinking about you. Its thoughts are so corporeal that you can sense them and know them. It seeks an end to the confrontation. It is capable of resolving it in a way that would benefit all. More and more tears appear all over the shard's form, or tears. As the yoke absorbs its power, it becomes increasingly harder for the shard to maintain its physical structure. Each imperfection you inflict brings the star predator closer to imprisonment. Do not bow your head before our abominable precursor. It was begotten by the dark abysses of the past. It is a fragment of which devoured stars and erased civilizations. It is known no benefit other than its own. Allow us to stand against it. It is our time, our impossible chance. Theodora? As yet another layer of reality cracks, a figure appears before you. Her. After giving you a probing and appraising look, Theodora persists herself a slight smile. Try to touch Theodora. The particles of reality around you begin to boil, trying to heal the wound upon existence and preventing her from entering into the version of reality. You and she can exchange words, thoughts, and glances, but a physical connection is an impossibility. You are merely fleeting phantoms that could scatter at any moment. She is silent, her gaze trained upon you, as if she is trying to commit every of your feature to memory. You and Calcadar did so many terrible things in pursuit of ambitions. Tell me, was it worth it? It is always worth it. You will understand this yourself. The wound on reality is healed and the vision of Theodora quickly fades away. You catch her last words. Whatever fate you choose, one can only hope it will be better than mine. I'm going to think about the Catan. The mental contact is effortless. This is not communication. Such a powerful being cannot comprehend communicating with anyone but its equals. It simply bears the gift of making the other hear and understand it, so grand is the potential of its thoughts. Try to understand what benefits it promises. Power, eternity, comprehension. The Catan once chose to reign over the short-lived races and forged a new and glorious fate for them. It has learned from its mistakes, and now it will only bestow its gifts upon the chosen few. The Catan can grant... Your thoughts falter, for it is difficult for your mind to fathom the full scope of this word. The Catan can grant everything. Do not listen. Reject the promises. Do not allow your mind to be clouded, Ilantach. No one is capable of receiving everything or granting everything. Not even a star-devouring Ingir. And this shard of Ingir itself cannot grant itself freedom. Yeah, why the fuck are you doing that, idiot? The Catan wishes to be. All Catan exists to spread and conquer, not to stay manacled within untime, where it was entombed by the incontemptible sentient tools, away from all that is. The Catan wishes to ascend, sate its hunger, and embrace once more the pure exhilaration of claiming and taming reality. Try to understand what it is. The Catan is the pinnacle of reality. It is eternity, dominance, omnipotence, individuality. The Catan is the original purpose behind all existence. The rest was born in order to contain, nourish, and be appropriated by the Catan. That's interesting, because the Catan didn't have form until the Necrons made them have form. Well, the Necron tier. To the Catan, space is an illusionary variable. To the Catan, time is a young and trivial phenomenon, for it existed for an eternity in the gaseous energy font of the universe before time was eventually born. To the Catan, fact and probability are mere abstractions between which it can soar on its electromagnetic wings. Currently, the Catan is not whole. It was shattered into lesser pieces, and so were its thoughts and powers. The feeling of emptiness is oppressive, and it yearns to become one again. You hear a whistle from Pascal's Vox. I know this feeling, Xenos. It's much easier for you to stop thinking about and trying to comprehend the Catan for it, one who can grasp the world within 100 ways, to stop comprehending you. Nomos. If our birth ever had a purpose, then it is here. And now, why do you call it your precursor? Because that is what it is, and what we are. We have told you before about Theodorus' ambitions, Amanat's mind, the ship's cradle, an epitaph's secret. One sprouted into another and spurred yet another, thus Nomos were born. We were but an echo of the shard's power, an echo that left its prison, but we have become something much more, with your help. What do you intend to do? Clash with the precursor, touch it, absorb it, so that the reflection becomes the object reflected, so that the shard becomes Nomos. Then, and only then, will its threat be eradicated forever. Do you think you can do this, Nomos? And what will happen afterwards? We stand at the threshold of possibilities and outside the bounds of predictable. It is beyond impossible to know whether we can or cannot. But that we believe we can, and that is what drives us to try. And if we succeed, we will obtain power beyond compare. We will become a shield against any threat in whatever form it may manifest itself. I have made my decision. Act now, my child. We are ready for the most important battle of our life. Wish us luck. Nomos steps towards the shard and the whole world explodes into a terrifying whirlwind. You can hear the colors and see the touches. Ice burns your hands while fire leaves you freezing. And in the midst of this madness, you can clearly sense a battle raging. A clash of two beings, one endlessly ancient and the other endlessly young. Come on, Nomos! The power of the Catan shard is such that it redefines the very notion of power. But it has a weakness, one that you can only see now. With the shard and its rival standing face to face, the shard is just that. A shard. It is incomplete, it is not whole, and it cannot be what the Catan was before. What opposes the shard is something entirely different, an undivided sentient being with clear purpose in mind, akin to a well-aimed arrow. And the one who fletched it and loosed this arrow was you. The battle goes on and on and on, outrunning the course of time, but you do not need the gift of clairvoyance to know who will emerge victorious. That's it. We finished the game. The Catan shard was transmuted into a new form, and their name was Nomos. Possessing the power of an ancient being and nurtured by the road trader, the young star god watched over the Coronis expanse, their new domain, with curiosity. Gathering its bleeding worlds together, the road trader dared to build something more noble and civilized in the expanse. A haven for those drifting and unprotected in the strict hierarchy of the Imperium. It would be an unbound frontier where freedom and compassion were not wholly extinct. The shackled monster under the Von Valencius' control ensured the surviving of the fledgling utopia. The star god destroyed all those who threatened its peaceful civilizations and civilians, and instilled fear in those of little faith. The Expanse tasted the sweet fruit of freedom and tolerance with irreverent fear. The Imperium could not forgive such an insolent deviation from order prescribed by Holy Terror. The Von Valencius dynasty was accused of seditious formation of their own empire. An invasion fleet formed in the Calixtus sector, and the lifespan of the young utopia was as short as its creators. Protecting the young kingdom from freedom, Nomos created dimensional barriers that cut off the Coronis expanse from the Imperium more soundly than the Great Rift. The humanity of the expanse was left in isolation, relying only on themselves. They either had to build something new and different from the Imperium, or fall to the horrors lurking in the darkness. The ideals that Isla von Valentius was committed to were alien to the Imperium, but close to the hearts of many in the Expanse. Anyone who could not resolve a dispute or was denied justice rushed to the palace of the rogue trader in search of mercy. Having lost its leader and lacking a... Oh, shit. Go back. The era of Caligos' cruelty and wrath came to an end. Only then did many of the terrified witnesses to his vile crimes step forward to recount them. Memories of the good and prosperous years for the Protectorate under the wise rule of Caligos Winterscale were eclipsed by the legacy of his innumerable and bloody crimes. The Protectorate became engulfed in a brutal fight for the throne that made Caligos' violent deeds seem tame in comparison. The cult of St. Drusus continued its indefatigable struggle to spread the faith around the Expanse and expose the vile transgressions of the authorities. The stronger and wealthier a planet was, the less its rulers wanted to see the black-clad preachers. Riots and assassinations pushed the cult to the place where it felt most confident, the frontier. Hieronymus del Soro remained the most revered priest in the cult of St. Drusus. He turned no one away, hearing confessions from pirates, bildrats, deserters, and beggars alike. It might have been one of those undeserving wretches who infected him with the rare form of leprosy that robbed him of his sight. Yet his heart could always see the corruption in the souls of his repenting children. The deal struck by the Cognizant fleet in the Von Valentius dynasty replenished the explorers' dwindling supplies and allowed them to re-embark on a rapid and unrelenting expansion campaign. With powerful bases established in the Expanse, the Omnissiah scouts bravely ventured forth towards unnamed stars with the same drive that propelled their ancestors to explore the Expanse itself. The schism of the discontinuing the cycle engulfed the entire Cognizance fleet, and soon the Civil War was over. Disregarding the commandments of their forefathers, the explorers started down a dangerous path of new comprehension, creation, and revision of procedures and algorithms. The fleet was united once more, and in its unity, it was ready to stare down any of the horrors standing in the way of the catechism of maintenance and operation. Magos Dominus Opticon 22, one of the first to hail the return of the Messiah, took the helm of the mother squadron of the Cognizance fleet. Unquestionably embracing the teachings of the discontinuation of the cycle, he personally saw to the crushing of any renegades who did not accept the Messiah's word as truth, and entered himself the identifier, Chrome Scourge. The crisis in the Expanse dealt a serious blow to the business interests of the Fellowship of the Void. Having no powerful allies, they retreated into the darkness of frontier systems. The hard life they faced there forged them into a new tribe. Furious, wild, and willing to do anything for survival, they swore to return and retake what had once been theirs. For many years, old Ryza presided over the captains of the Fellowship. At the end of her life, she once again took the helm of the ship and led an unprecedented attack on the mother squadron of the Cognizance fleet, during which the attackers managed to seize a dozen transport ships loaded with the Omnissiah's sacred gifts. Violence throughout the Expanse put many on their guard, and as a result, the Kasbalika mission business declined. Soon, rumors surfaced amongst the coal traders that a so-called commission had made it through the Maw and into the Expanse. Its professed purpose was to audit assets and to take measures and restructure operations. These words carried with them an ominous threat. Vladim Tokara, as Liege of Footfall, survived 14 assassination attempts and thwarted no less than 2,000 schemers before a shot finally took his life. The esteemed Liege's funeral was held in great secrecy, and only his closest entourage being permitted to view his corpse, which spawned some peculiar rumors. The Imperial Navy was wary of the rise of the Von Valentius. They saw themselves as dogs, guarding the flock of the Emperor's subjects, and there was a new master of the pack. Therefore the dynasty was watched with utmost diligence, and the admirals feared that one day they would have to go to war against the rogue trader. Chartist Captain Austerius Thorfast founded the Thorfast and Companions Merchant Company, excelling in trade and acquiring substantial escort fleet. After 3 decades, he travelled into the Maw to return to the Imperium in hopes of obtaining the fabled warrant of trade. It is not known if how this venture ended. When the Rogue Trader's apostasy became apparent, the Imperial Navy fulfilled its duty and fought the Von Valentius dynasty. The Battle of Dargonis ended in a resounding defeat, and the surviving ships fled to distant systems. Disheartened, but not broken, the captains vowed to rebuild their force and planned raids into the apostate territory. Dargonis grew and prospered until it became the capital of the Coronis Expanse. The planet was like a giant magnet, whose pull held the worlds of the Expanse, absorbing treasures and vices of the sector. Dargonis became the bastion of the Expanse, of Order Expanse. From here, punitive expeditions were dispatched to tainted worlds. Entire spires were occupied by officials and bureaucrats of the Imperium. On many planets, the fearsome expression, "a man from Dargonis," soon came to mean an inspector with the power to impose punishment. Yavagama washed the stain of its former defilement, but not the dark memory of it. The sacred halls were never silent, and production rates became the supreme law. The glory of the Imperium was forged in the blood and sweat of its toilers, and the millstones of the manufactorums ground the workers down by the thousand. Even in death, the souls of its servants dared not step away from their machines. The enthroned Null Caliph drew millions of pilgrims and granted the planet hallowed status. Its sacred calculation continued for centuries. The foremost sages of the Adeptus Mechanicus traveled to the world so they could attempt to divine its meaning. Yanis was conquered, the Xenos spirits were exorcised, and the wilderness was subdued. The fields grew until they covered the planet. Billions of tons of provisions were harvested there. Yanis became the breadbasket of the Expanse, and to threaten it would be to condemn millions to starvation. The nobility of the Expanse appreciated the idyllic conditions of the pearl-like paradise world. White castles rose above the agri complexes in their mud, and the shining knights of Yanis gifted the sector with as many a hero who covered themselves in glory. 5 years after the Epitaph campaign, Babos 6 died out as a result of an unknown scourge that came from beneath the ground. Convicts and overseers were poisoned, mangled, or just disappeared. However, the slave barracks were quickly repopulated, for there was no shortage of outcasts and criminals in the Expanse. No longer secluded and forlorn, Foulstone turned into the spiritual center of the Expanse, clad in gold and power. Rulers went there to be anointed for greatness, criminals for penance, and the righteous for encouragement. And there was no end to them in sight. Converted into a comet shrine, Foulstone's moon spread the world of Saint Cognatus throughout the Expanse, protecting worlds from attacks by the enemies of humanity. Its servants asked for neither money nor power, but only that the relics left by their blessed patron. The wise handed them over with reverence, while the haughty learned how heavy the hammer of Foulstone was. The fate of the pure-voiced prophet, guardian of the hallowed crucible, was a sad one. After visiting the seven worlds and bestowing blessing of transformation upon them, he perished at the hands of the bloodthirsty Drakari pirates, along with his retinue and the priceless relic. After recovering from Corda's regime, Footfall reclaimed its status as a trading hub of the Expanse. Having learned a bitter lesson, Vladim Tokara created the Footfall Partisans Militia, a well-equipped mercenary army that answered only to him. A modicum of order had returned to the station. The changes that the Von Valentius dynasty brought to Footfall endured on the station long after. Poorhouses opened by the order of the Rogue Trader saved many hungry and homeless from death. Unfortunately, this disrupted the station's delicate ecosystem. No longer freezing to death in empty compartments or tormented by epidemics, those who lived in poverty and Footfall began to choke the station, leading to a sharp rise in crime. Organ traders, illegal augmetic specialists, and savage gangs of Anvers proliferated. The Rikiad system turned into a purulent world of corruption, poisoning the Expanse. The surreal energies of the yawning Warp Legion held its planets together even in the absence of the gravitational pull of a star, defying the very laws of existence. The immense depravity that took root on Micrad Minoris, and it poured out onto other systems with vile glee. The people of Rikiad Minora, saved by the rogue trader, eventually found a new home, and the colony of New Rikiad was founded at the edge of the Von Valencia's domain. For a short time, the world was a place of equality, as there were almost no aristocrats left to enforce any kind of hierarchy. But within a generation, everything had returned to business as usual. Yesterday's serfs assumed the burdens of authority with pleasure, as well as the right to mistreat those of a lower rank. In memory of this world and all who perished on its surface or met a fate worse than death, a construction began on the orbital slipways of Footfall for a glorious cathedral ship to be called Rikiad's Sacrifice. The miraculous fusion reactor powered its engines and cannons, fueling them with the fierce power of the motive force. With the fall of their unholy patron, the Edge of Daybreak, the cult of the Final Dawn perished as well. Every cell of the cult was hunted down and eliminated. Rumors that some worshippers of the ruinous powers had managed to get away, hiding the writing of their warp-banished lord under their robes, were baseless. Left without a mission or a leader, the word-bearers retreated to the depths of the Immaterium. The last act of vengeance was a bloody assault on Footfall itself. The populace of several asteroids were exterminated or enslaved. And the statue, the God Emperor, was badly damaged. Rumors of the rotting remains of an Eldari craftworld spread around the expanse. Explorators, privateers, Kazbalika agents, and anyone hungry for easy money all rushed to the frontier systems to vie for a piece of the prize. Some were swallowed by the warp, while others perished in skirmishes with their rivals. The most skilled and fortunate returned empty-handed after decades of searching. The colossal ship, as big as an imperial world, simply vanished, as if it never existed. But the legend of the forbidden treasure lived on and continued to bring daring souls to ruin. When news of the death of the Master Flesh reached him, Sharenkai sent what was left of Eldari ships to the most distant stars of the expanse. They're hidden from the human eyes with xenotech and sorcery. The Eldari carried on their humble existence and managed to establish a few contacts among trusted Monkai who helped the Xenos in return for knowledge and technology. Eldari from the fallen craftworld Kruderach, who once travelled through the darkness of the expanse in a desperate attempt to gather the remains of their kind, were becoming a rarer sight. Even the most skilled Kazbalika agents and audacious bounty hunters with knowledge of Xenos settlements on the edges of expanse could no longer find their trail. Squads of Eldari Rangers suddenly appeared on different worlds and disappeared abruptly without shedding a drop of blood. Their purpose remained an enigma. Somewhere on the underside of reality lay Comera, woven from manifold other dimensions and illuminated as always by the light of stolen suns, its streets ever filled with screams and agony. Any misfortune experienced by the Dark City became another scar upon its appalling face, lost amongst thousands of other vile blemishes. As long as pain pulsed in its blood-soaked spires, the insatiable and unshakable Comera continued its flight through the webway, along with its unchanging ruler, the leader of the Cabal of the Black Heart and the most dangerous of all Drukhari, Asdrubal Vect. The fall of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest united Comera for a brief and bloody moment. The elites of the Dark City set their squabbles aside and found a new game in tearing apart the domain of Archon Yemris. The fate of the Reaving Tempest reminded the other Cabals that nothing lasts forever in the Dark City, save the city itself. Leaving the Necron systems behind, the Star God vengefully obliterated every tomb world of the ancient Xenos race. The old hatred of Catan, betrayed by their deathless servants, whispered inside him. The voice of Moxvaster Victus Surreal Otta of the Ptolemon dynasty had long resounded in the expanse, bringing hope and trumpeting the arrival of the merciful rogue trader. Known for her wisdom and acute understanding of ship systems, over her long life she taught many generations of future Voxmasters from the Ptolemon dynasty. Her body was built into the bridge itself, and in times of need her voice flowed through the Vox, dispelling delusions and despair. After years of dedicated service, Master Helmsman Revor was granted, despite his objections, the privilege of rest. The wise servants of the Omnissiah implanted an augmetic into his brain that restored his ability to sleep. Soon afterwards, something unprecedented happened aboard the ship. The Master Helmsman overslept and missed the start of his watch, but his temper did become somewhat more agreeable from then on. Many years later, High Factotum Yanris Danrock sought permission to retire. He said that age had softened his heart and that more worthy, young, assertive successors should take over his position. There was no shortage of candidates. Under all that fat, Danrock had a sentimental heart. He spared nothing for the orphans of those who had died serving the rogue trader. The children were given an excellent education and were eager to serve the von Valencius dynasty. Urbem Drivestem cared more about preserving the influence of his line than the well-being of his protectorate. His blind ambition lost him the governor's seat and respected his family. Within a few generations, one of the largest houses of Dargonis turned into an obscure family of petty aristocrats. Gloriana Gaprak missed the moment when her family, which had previously functioned like a well-oiled machine, started to fall apart. Racked by infighting among her distant relatives, maybe blamed Toriana for the Kiavagama disaster. Soon the Gaprak family splintered into warring factions and spent centuries locked in a violent struggle, only occasionally punctuated by futile attempts to reunite the house. Macarius Sauerbach was loyal to the rogue trader to the last, despite the rumours to the contrary. Finding little affection amongst his servants or family, he stayed true to himself, remaining a forthright, severe, and pious person. Macarius strived to ensure that every soul in his charge felt justifiable dread before him and the God Emperor. Members of the House Viserion served the dynasty faithfully and loyally, amassing more and more power. A century later, they had finally gained the respect enjoyed by other noble houses. Yet power and luxury can dull any blade, and now pampered and idle aristocrats were scarcely recognizable as the descendants of the formidable Seneschal Viserion. Clementia Viserion, daughter of Abelard and Chancellor of Dargonis, executed her duties irreproachably, and even found time to school the younger generations of her family. She was an equally skilled mentor, chancellor, and political operative. After a century of immaculate service, she surprised everyone by leaving her position and becoming the first mate on a trade ship. She would later admit, like a true Viserion, she had always had the passion for ships and voidfaring. Branches of House Gaprak and Viserion became intertwined for a time after the marriage of Astartia and Vicent. To the great sadness of the couple and the great amusement of the spiteful Artagonis ability, their marriage produced no children. Just like her ancestors, Astartia Viserion Gaprak dedicated her life to service. Crushed by the events that shook the stability of his house and his inability to prove an heir, Vicent lived in his wife's shadow. When his time came, he passed away without notice. The Harlequin known as Nocturne of Oblivion visited the Expanse once again. Sneaking into Dargonis, he came to the rogue trader's palace and left her a special gift. A case of Eldari crafting, unmistakably ancient and precious, adorned with the rune of an eye inside a triangle. Only the Lord Captain knew what it contained. The Harlequin candidly warned her that he was drawing the von Valencius dynasty into a deadly dance, a shaking doom, that all will freeze within the threads of terror's loom. Then he promptly departed, and not without reason. A few hours later, assassins in the Dark City appeared, following his trail, and were mercilessly killed. Their armor bore the sign of the Cabal of the Black Heart. After months of searching, Dargonis wardens found the remains of Achilles Scalander on the lowest levels of the Hive. Lucari artifacts and records discovered beside him indicated that the agent in the Inquisition had been compromised and had been working for the Xenos. The old Slithith Malice died when enraged witches of the cult of Final Thirst punished everyone who had helped the rogue trader. The proud Xenos had destroyed many of his enemies, and his death was long and painful. Though some say he accepted this peculiar sensory experience with curiosity. The savage deeds that Gordey Satkov on Witness and Footfall traumatized him forever. His architectural genius was shattered, only the rare collections of true connoisseurs held his work, written in a shaky hand. Footfall, the ultimate void station and mortuary. Having completed his last journey with the Lord Captain, Abelard Viserion, with the most gracious permission of the rogue trader, left his position as Seneschal and took over the helm of his large family. House Viserion rose above its rivals and was never again the target of persecution, even after their esteemed patriarch died, decades later in his bed, surrounded by his grieving loved ones. Abelard's shining memory was blighted only by rumors of creeping madness in the twilight of his life. Many had said they'd seen the esteemed seneschal talking to someone unseen in a voice filled with unusual tenderness and sorrow. After the victory on Epitaph, Argenta left the rogue trader. An insatiable flame burned brighter and brighter in her soul, hungry for vengeance, and so the sister embarked on her own personal crusade. At first she hunted and exterminated the remaining followers of the Final Dawn. Then she pursued those who had abetted them, and then anyone whom she even saw a hint of heresy. Even when she directed her wrath against entire cities, no power could stop Argenta. Yeah, bitch one-shots everyone with a fucking single shot, and then takes like extra shots. She's so OP. Clad in her sacred armor, she left a trail of fire and blood across the expanse. A trail that ended on Salus Prime. No one knows why the sister returned for a third time to the planet where she had found her relic. But after descending to its service, she mysteriously vanished. Rumors said that Argenta was lured there under false pretenses by her former allies. It may even have been Isla von Valencias herself, unwilling to kill her off or tolerate her raging desire to cleanse the expanse of heresy. No one knows the truth, but many gave a sigh of relief after her disappearance. The Merculatum Tabula Officiale unlocked a sea of possibilities for Jai Hidari. She left the Kazbalika mission and became an independent agent, choosing one destiny as a unique gift but the ordinary mortals would never dare to dream of. But Jai was no ordinary mortal. She found new friends, skillfully danced along the knife's edge between trade and piracy, stole from the strong, granted mercy to the weak, and never bought a couple of modest planets, bought a couple of modest planets, and she never betrayed herself. Half a century later, the fledgling road trader, whose name is now forgotten, brutally crushed Jai, accusing her of abusing her power. The rogue trader conquered her worlds, exterminated her people, and did everything in her power to wipe Jai's name and vulgar deeds from the Expanse's memory. Yeah, that sounds like me. Henrix von Kalox, former interrogator of the Ordo Xenos, took the mantle of Lord Inquisitor after his mentor's death, receiving both the Inquisitor's rosette and the duty of defending the sector from the enemies of humanity. Von Kalox became the new warden of the Coronis Expanse. Von Kalox declared a relentless war against the enemies of humanity, be them Xenos, servants of chaos, or heretics in the Imperium's own ranks. The Inquisitor fearlessly eliminated numerous nests of corruption in the Expanse. A few decades later, he was assassinated by a criminal cartel. Some say the Kazbalika mission, sick of the unrelenting servant of the law, was involved in the Inquisitor's killing. After her travels with the rogue trader, Cassia Ocelio returned to the bosom of her house, where her circle and the great regent declared her the new Novator. Accustomed to relying on the Lord Captain for everything, Cassia became an obedient servant of the von Valencias dynasty, making every effort to help her friend and mentor, even when doing so harmed the interests of House Orselio. Years later, House Orselio was racked by a wave of brutal murders. Unknown assailants butchered navigators, gouging out the atlases from their chests. Lacking an iron will and aptitude for command, Novator Cassia was not able to build a sufficient bulwark around her rule, and disgruntled members of House Orselio decided to rebel. They set out to depose Lady Cassia and install a worthy protector of the throne instead. Their plan only half worked. To avenge Cassia's death, the rogue trader brutally crushed everyone who bore the Orselio name. In announcing the discontinuing of the cycle, the Amanat Collective instilled terror in the hearts of those who revered the theorems of purity, but it gave hope to others. After gathering its disciples and recruiting servo soldiers from vassal planets, it ventured into the worlds of the Screaming Vortex and the infernal forges of the Dark Mechanicus. This march of re-indoctrination was meant to seize the soul and secrets of the Omnissiah from the hands of heretics, temper the cult in the fire of battle, and transform it into a tool for both eradication and comprehension. The fleet disappeared into the darkness, and only rare echoes of its astropathic methods were ever intercepted. the unit Abel Haneman continue his service to the Amanat Collective. In unity with 5 companion minds, he rediscovered the joy of direct cognitive communication, unmarred by inborn otherness. While outwardly silent, he joyfully described the images, concepts, ideas that the Omnissiah had revealed to him. Fulfilling his function, he overflowed with the exultation of efficiency. For many long years, Yurlet traveled at the rogue trader's side, helping her decipher the secrets of the lost Xenos races and lending her wisdom of her kind. Half a century later, she sensed that it was time to say goodbye. The path of the outcast had come to an end. After bidding farewell to her Ilantach, Yurlet made her way to her surviving kin. Yurlet followed a new path, the path of the warrior. She only hoped she would never be forced to raise her weapon against the mortals who had become her true brothers and sisters in arms. Rumor has it that Yurlet and Pascal met again amongst the alien stars. A band of Eldari warriors were trying to protect the ancient planetary edifice of their people from the covetous servants of the Omnissiah. Upon learning that Yurlet was leading the Xenos, Pascal personally descended to the planet and struck down his former comrade in arms. Her death did not stir any feelings in his metallic heart. Such was the echo of the deeds of the rogue trader of House von Valancius. Deeds that transformed the Coronis Expanse and prepared it for the events of even darker and more violent. But those are the events of a different story. This one has come to an end. Fucking hell. Fantastic. Fantastic. Every single person here, fantastic. You should have won awards for this game. This team deserved awards. I find it funny that the only people who seem to get 40k are British people and Russians. Like, who really grok, you know, they really get in there. Because, of course, it's a British property originally, and the depression of Slavs, I guess, is what came through for this one. What a fantastic game. Now what? Well, we've only been streaming for an hour and a half. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I think it's time. Join me next time, which might be in half an hour, depending on how I'm feeling. We are going to play a little game. Just a little game called Dawn of War Soulstorm. But that game kind of sucks. So we're going to play a better version. The Unification Mod 7.0. The game that I am literally in. I think we're going to play a little bit tonight. Not for long, not forever, but we're going to play a little bit tonight. I think we're going to play a little fun game. But I have to let this fantastic cast of people go. Every single one of these motherfuckers right here, every single one should have gotten awards for this game. I have never felt so much like I'm in a 40k universe. Like, I can't remember the last time I played a 40k game and felt like this. I was kind of tearing up finding out about certain people. I'm really sad about Jai. Alright, that's not okay. But, like, yeah, sounds like me. This game fucking nailed what it was like to be in the 40k universe. I played it on story mode because I just wanted to enjoy the story. And holy shit, guys. If you've ever been sitting on the fence by going, should I maybe buy a game? I'll watch a playthrough, see how I feel about it. Every single decision I could have changed. There are so many different ways I want to play this game. I have held off from playing this game more off stream. Alright? This was the only character, right? The only character I had in my game until very recently, until basically last week. Because I'm playing through a different time, but I don't want to repeat myself. I know the story now, so I'm not doing it for the combat-y stuff, which wouldn't be as fun to watch, I don't think. Especially as I've been doing all these voices and stuff like that. But god damn, every single one of these motherfuckers deserves an award, a pay raise, and like some fucking statue. This is the greatest 40k game in the history of 40k games. I'm looking forward to Space Marine 2. I'm telling you right now, it is not going to be as special as this. This game was glorious from start to finish. I never really knew when the ending was coming. I always felt like there was something else around the corner. Fantastic. I am, however, going to say, Rebel, I know you're in the chat. I am challenging you to play this game your own way. You know the basic story, but I know you'll forget shit by the time you get there because you get ADHD and sometimes your memory do that. So, I would like to see you play through. I want to see you stream this at some point. Whether you have to borrow my copy of the game or whatever, but we'll sort this out. But this was fantastic. I might actually have to speed this up, but I want to give credit to all these 3D artists and animators who fucking nailed it. God damn. The animations in this game were really good. Hang on. I do have one person to criticize. When we come to the voice director, we're going to have to be annoyed because of the monkey thing. Dialogue editor, cast English. Ian Russell, Pascal Honeyman, Chris Sharps, on look out for that name. Rogue Trader, pragmatic male, pragmatic female. Pious male, pious female. Bold male, heretic female. Mad. Greg Marston. Nomos is Jack Ayers. I know that name. Kit Harrington, not Carrington. I was like, what the fuck? Ian Russell was also a Chaos Space Marine. Necron, Scorpic, Immortal, Deathmark, Oliver Smith. Nice. Paul Moran. I know that name from somewhere. Where do I know that name? Alright, okay. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know the Russian things there, so we're gonna move past that. But hey, voice director, you fucked up. Orchestration, recording, and contrasting for... Okay, fantastic. Yep. Yeah, the music was fucking great as well. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I know how long these lists can be. My grandfather was a cellist and a conductor. So I know how big an orchestra can actually be, Jesus Christ. The brass was really good. French horns. They did a great job. Trumpets, fantastic job. Trombones, yep. Bass trombone. Yeah, tuba did the fucking work there. Basso, you did a good job as well. Choir, soloists. You can hear it right now. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it. It's very, very well put together. Every single one of these people should be proud of this project. They should absolutely be proud of this. I would put it at the top of my CV, to be honest with you. This game is phenomenal. Phenomenal game. If they ever get to release more campaigns for this, which they should, then I would very much hope that they get to enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed this. Right, we're going to move past the multilingual people, because as much as that is a legitimate thing, I can't give them credit because I played the English version. French localization, art outsource, red moved motion graphics studio. You did a really good job. Hetrick. Creative director. Yeah, 2D character design, layouts, animation, cleanup and painting. 3D model and rendering, composition, middleware, DirectX, audio kinetic wise. This runs in Unity? Yo, fuck. Unity? Games Workshop. Really? Yeah, you get to give them the road. Special thanks to the team at Games Workshop. Is that it? Fuck them. Fuck. If they're not going to credit their people, we'll just credit them all. These are all the Patreon or like the early backers, because they've got like yeah, like these are all the people who put money towards this game before it was even a thing. I couldn't afford it. Otherwise, my name would be on this list. What the fuck, man? This is a lot of people. We're only in the B's. But all of these people helped. This game is awesome. I wish there was more of it. Like, when you finish a game and you're like, man, I wish there was more of the game that I just played. You know they've done something right. If by some miracle, Owlcat, if you're watching this, please make more campaigns. Keep it in the same engine. I'm sure you've got a very good pipeline for creating stuff. Some new tiles, a new story. I would fucking kill for it. Like, have one after the Von Valencius dynasty gets stomped out by the thing that says there, you know, or I don't know, play through as a different area. Please give us more. Please, please, please give us more. I would like some more, please. Give me more Tyranids to fight. Allow me to see the Votann or meet the Votann. Hell, allow me to meet the Tau. Now that would be an interesting one. All right. Give me a craft world that you haven't just made up. Give me some Ulthwé. Give me a Mimira. You know, let me meet orcs. There was no orcs in this game. Let me meet orcs. I want to shoot orcs in Votann. I want to go to Necromunda. I want to see crazy shit. Give me that crazy shit, please. I hope whatever deal you have with Game Workshop allows you to do that. And holy shit, there's a lot of people who've helped fund this game. But please make more of this game. It is phenomenal. Absolutely fantastic. No notes. The best shit I've ever played. As an RPG, this is some of the best shit I've ever played, if not the best shit I've ever played. Like, I love so many different RPGs, but this one has genuinely hit my top 5. Possibly, it probably is my favorite now of all the RPGs I've ever played. And I put the Mass Effect series pretty high up for me, but overall, that's a whole experience, not individual games. Fuck that. Because individually they're kind of a meh, but as a taken as a whole, they're really good. Sorry, I'm justifying my own choices for RPGs here. But, like, holy shit. Holy shit, we're still going. Backers. There we go, we reached the bottom. No stars. There we go. There we go. Fucking hell. Well, the short stream is only an hour and 45 minutes, but I think what we'll do is give me half an hour to get some food in me, or something. Definitely to drink. And then I think we might do something a little bit different. But for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for taking the time to watch this entire series. I didn't expect this to be this short, but fuck it, it happens. Beyond that, of course, if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so with a subscribe here over on Twitch. Or, of course, you can... You're more than welcome to subscribe to the old Patreon and help donate and help me, do this more. If you donate $1 a month, that'd be great. Anything more than that, if you're up in the $5 tier, I'll give you a shout out like I will for Miralab and Sean Butts, because I do that at the end of my videos and stuff. Beyond that, there's obviously you can see a coffee link on screen. But goddamn, what a fucking amazing game! Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. 9 out of 10. There's not enough of it, obviously. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day, and hopefully see you very soon.